All right. I don't know what day it is, but whatever day of practice, you see it's Thursday. Yeah, I mean, that is the deal with camp. I mean, you get and you get in these things. I mean, it's the same schedule no matter what day of the week it is, and so you really do you lose track of what day it is. I mean, the kids they talk about it and they laugh about it, and it has been very similar the last several days with the weather and all that stuff. So, another solid day. Maybe not quite what I wanted today, but I can't say I didn't expect it a little bit. Had a really physical practice yesterday. Yesterday was, I mean, one of the better practices, not the best practice I've had since we've been here, as far as the way they competed, the way we executed. The physicality was very high. So we did back off of them a little bit today to try to get ready for Saturday. And I told them, I said, what you showed yesterday was, hey, we got a chance to be a really good football team. Now it's, the stuff that we got to control, because it comes down to the execution. It comes down to the discipline. It comes down to, not making those big mistakes or those small mistakes. Those are the factors we've got to continue to iron out as we push towards, the scrimmage Saturday and as we push towards our opener.
On a day like today, I guess, how do you focus on the mental stuff? Maybe if you're not in full pads, is it just seeing how guys respond to certain things, or what?
Well, I mean, if you have an old team, you don't have to worry about it, because the old guys, they understand. When you have a team that maybe isn't quite as mature, those are the ones that you really got to, we've got to do a better job, the coaching staff, because we got to help them through this. And then, they've got to have some kind of ownership themselves. And that's what we talked about after practice is, okay, I can just line them up and run the piss out of them after practice. I can do that. Okay, that kind of defeats the purpose of what I was trying to accomplish today. So there's got to be some ownership, or we just can't do this. We'll just stay in full pads the whole way through. It's going to be one of the two. So it's a deal where we got to work together. They've got to respond. They've got to understand the expectations each day, and we've got to do a good job of helping them with that.
Watching special teams drills, Demetrius Mooney is a guy who
Yeah.
stands out. And he seems kind of built for that. How much do you think he can make an impact in that role?
We're hoping a lot. I mean, I hope he's on all four. And he wants to be. There's, what an incredible kid. I mean, just a phenomenal human being, and just had worked so hard, and he's really worked to develop his body, and he's like a missile now. And so, we hope that hope he's on the four core, and we're trying to find different roles for him, because I think there is a place for a guy that plays like him.
How's Jeremy Lewis doing? I know he's a guy y'all want to take that next step and kind of build on what he's done.
Well, I think Saturday's an important day for him. He's done some good things. We've put so much more in package-wise already than we did in the spring, for a variety of reasons. We had the big halt during the spring. We had to pause for a couple of weeks, and that, threw everything off. And then it was his first time over there, and, Coach Dow's first time through the defense. So we've already thrown more at him than he had in the spring, and he's, picking it up. And certainly he's a good player. I want to see just Saturday just what kind of an impact he can be right there.
Ideally, on Saturday, how much do you work Holton versus maybe the other quarterbacks? I mean, I know you want to get him some work.
Well, it's one of those things that we know what Holton can do, and he's had a very good camp. I mean, he's one, doesn't disappoint. So we got to get him some work for him. We've got to get the rest of our, starters, the rest of our top 15 offensive players some work with Holton, because that timing aspect is so important. But you're right. We've got to figure out who number two is, and we really, I'd appreciate it if those guys help us out with that. We need some guys to step up and play well on Saturday to start giving us a clearer picture on who number two is.
How will the play calling, I guess, work for Saturday? Will you have people in the box,
Yeah.
full game, or you kind of do it on the field?
No, it'll be as much of a game situation as we can. We have two of these, and so we want to get as much game-like experience for the guys. Because now all of a sudden Donnie's not standing down there behind the huddle next to Holton. He's up in the box, so you can't talk to him. He has to talk to him between series. And same thing defensively. Some of the staff's up in the box, some of them's on the field, and so you can't, coach your players, after every play. They've got to go out there and play. So, it's going to be a deal Saturday where we'll try to emulate that game day as much as we can.
Blake, he went up and down last year. Have y'all decided if he'll be up in the box this year?
He's most likely going to be up, and there's positives to both. I was the same as him. I always wanted to be on the field, but to be honest, after I was put upstairs, you see everything, and you watch so much film. It's almost like, you see it before it's happening to a degree. Now, how quickly can he relay it back down? That's the critical thing. So we got to have great guys doing a great job on the field. So, but most likely he'll be up.
You talked about those young D linemen. I mean, outside of D'Angelo and Elijah Moore, especially on the inside, like, what is going to separate that group as far as, say, these 2 or 3 guys they can help us on game day versus maybe these guys aren't ready?
I think probably consistency. That's the big thing, because you look, whether it's Xavier McIver, Surad Ware, Deontay Johnson, J.V. McCray, who it is next, really depends on who can consistently down in and down out, give you production. And production for those guys sometimes is, occupying a gap and not getting knocked back. Sometimes it is beating a block and making a play in the backfield. It depends on what the other team is doing, but consistency is the big thing, because young kids really struggle with that, and we went through a lot of that last year with them, so they do have a lot of experience.
Going back to yesterday, I guess real quick, since we weren't here, what stood out about, what aspects made it such a good day for y'all?
Just the physicality up front in the box was the best I've seen since I've been here. I mean, O-line, D-line, linebackers, backs. It was just really outstanding. And then, you branch off that. I just thought that there was just a really good energy during our competition segments. I thought it carried over into team. And you had some guys that, stepped up and made some plays. I mean, CJ had several big plays yesterday that, I want to see him continue to make consistently. But I just thought, just up front, the execution and the physicality was just really, really strong yesterday.
Where are you at? I guess we haven't asked a whole lot about App State in week 1 yet. Are you there at all yet, or are you?
I mean, we spent a lot of time this summer preparing for them, and certainly there's some similarities that between them and us. So you're getting some of that out of this right now, but really we're just focusing on us right now. Trying to develop our guys, get our playbook, installed solidly, get everybody on the same page, that kind of stuff. About 2 weeks out, we'll start really turning our attention solely towards App State. Anything else? All right. Thanks a lot.